All right, so before I get started, the folks in the call, if you can just give a thumbs up to confirm that you can hear me well, you can see me well, and you can also view my screen. If you can just give a thumbs up, we can get started. Okay, fair enough. All right. So first of all, welcome everyone, and thank you. I want to begin by welcoming you all to this one-day virtual event that's completely focused on Microsoft Viva Days, as the name says. You could be anywhere in the world, but thank you so much for taking the time out of your well-deserved weekend and choosing to be with us. I'm pretty sure that would be a lot of cool things that you could have done on a Saturday morning or based on wherever you are. But thank you so much for being with us and showing interest to learn from this event. I can assure you that you won't be disappointed because we made sure that we have picked the right sessions and the great speakers, and we want to make sure that this is completely worth your time. With that, let's get started. So what is Microsoft Viva Days? As the name itself says, it's a one-day virtual event that's completely focused on Microsoft Viva modules and Viva only. We do not want to bring other products and talk about this because we wanted to make sure that this entire event is completely focused only on Viva. So there will be a lot of deep dive sessions with loads of demos and stuff. Now, as you see the screen, maybe the right side of the screen can look really eye-catchy, but I'll get to that point. I'll talk in detail about what exactly you need to do to win those exciting goodies and so on. Yeah. Now, what is Viva Days all about? Well, it's a day full of learning on Microsoft Viva product stack. As I already said, today I believe it has a lot of modules inside it. So, for the life of me, I just can't even remember how many modules are there because Microsoft keeps on increasing a lot of modules into it. But we tried and made sure that we are covering almost all at least there is one single session for every single module in this session. So this is going to be a 10 hours nonstop virtual event. I know that's a long, but that's what we could have done because we wanted to make sure that we are covering all the different time zones because we have international speakers. So it's going to be a bit long, but please hang in there. That's all I can say because we've got some really great stuff for you. And it's just one single track for the entire event. So what I mean by this is please stay on this very same meeting that you are. So this Teams meeting is the one that we'll be using for the entire event, beginning with this welcome note, next all the upcoming breakout sessions, then the open Q&A and quiz. Everything will be on this same meeting only. So please, your job is to just stay on this meeting and keep listening to the sessions and ask your questions. As I said, there are going to be a lot of deep dive sessions with loads of demos. When you look at speakers, of course, we bought all the best speakers in the world who are really known in the community for Microsoft Viva. So they could be Microsoft MVPs or industry leaders or even community experts. Of course, in an event like this is where you get to ask a lot of questions and clarify your doubts. And it also helps to do a lot of networking. So one could wonder, well, virtually how I'm going to network, but the way you ask questions and maybe you later want to interact with those speakers on LinkedIn, and that's how you build your concept. We want to give it more of a community feel. So please make use of this opportunity. And there is also a very special open Q&A at the end of the event with the Viva Explorers. So for those who don't know Viva Explorers, these are a handful of Microsoft MVPs who get together and their core focus is Viva and Viva only. They talk a lot. They do a lot of events, which is focused on Microsoft Viva. And for this event, we really wanted to make sure that you all get to have a Q&A session with them so that you could ask all your questions and get them clarified. So towards the end of an event, that end of the event, there is a Q&A with them. So please make use of that opportunity. And also an opportunity to win exciting goodies by participating in the quiz. I'll talk in detail about that towards the end. Now, these are some session guidelines. So if at all you've been an attendee of our previous events, it's nothing different. It's the same mantra. But if this is something new, you're joining us for the first time, then I have to walk you through this. As I said, the Teams meeting URL for this session, it can be found on the event website. So if you haven't looked at the event website yet, so just go to www.microsoftvivadays.com. Then you just click on the agenda and the Teams meeting URL for joining the sessions. Everything is given there. It's very intuitive. You just click and you're inside the session. And please, please, please keep yourself muted throughout the course of the session. This is very, very important because we don't want something which you did mistakenly, it will end up annoying the entire session. It would end up annoying the speaker. There are a lot that could go bad. So please make sure that you're completely muted. When it comes to questions, as a general rule of thumb for every single session, we try to park the question towards the end. Well, that doesn't mean that you do not get to ask the question during the course of the session, right? So if at all you want to ask a question, please feel to put it on the chat. Or if the speaker pauses and says that, well, now you can ask your question. So however the speaker wants to run the session, please feel comfortable in that flow. But my only ask is don't try to, drag the session by asking a lot of questions, because these are series of sessions, right? If you end up spending too much of time, then that is simply going to prolong this event forever, and that's the last thing that you want on a Saturday. So please be mindful of the time. Um, and other thing is, after the session is over, as I said, it's the same single meeting. So your job as an attendee is to just be on the meeting. Speakers will be joining one after the other, and they'll be delivering their session, right? And we will try our level best to make sure that all the sessions are starting at the exact same time that's mentioned on the agenda, but that also depends on you and also on the speaker. So please make sure that you respect the time given to you. And also as attendees, please make sure that your questions are framed and asked within the stipulated time frame. Now, towards the end, for winning those exciting goodies, I showed you three goodies in few just before few slides. I'll also be showing them at a later point. So we have something called as Quiz Hub. So if you go to, this is the URL for that. I'll also show you a slide on how that looks like. So please make sure that you go to this portal. If you don't already have an account, please make sure that you sign up for that account. So only then you'll be able to attend the quiz towards the end. Just think of this as similar to something that you had like in your organizations. You would have seen Kahoot, you would have seen Menti. It's similar to that. We want to make use of this tool for running our quizzes for any of the events that we do. And last but not least, if at all you're not a member of our meetup group, then please make sure that you become a member of this meetup group, because there are a lot of awesome things that we are planning to come up with. For instance, we want to do the India Cloud Security Summit. We want to do more product focused sessions rather than making it more generic. So a lot of good things are going to come your way. So please make sure that you register for this meetup group and make sure that you're a member of it. Now, I just want to make sure that I take a moment to give a huge shout out to all the organizers as far as the organizers are concerned. So myself, Vignesh Ganeshan, then we have Narasimha Perumal, we also have Jashit, and finally we have Shrushti. So we are all Microsoft MVPs, and this was this very group who has come together to put together this event. Trust me, there is a lot of work which goes beyond this, because we need to start planning at least 2 months in advance, at least 2 to 3 months in advance in some cases, make sure that we pick the right sessions, bring everything together, promote it as much as possible. And today is when it turns out to be an event. So there's a lot which happens. And I want to take a moment to give a huge shout out to all the organizers. Our speakers today, right? So without them, an event of this sort is not really possible. So a huge shout out once again to our speakers. So if you can look at the speakers, of course, we have pretty much everyone from the Microsoft Viva Explorers group. Then we have MVPs, and then we have community leaders. We have speakers from UK, from the US, India, from Europe. So pretty much from all parts of the world, we try to make sure that we pick the best people so that they get to come and share the knowledge with you. Okay. And to attend the quiz, if at all you remember, just a few moments back, I was talking about the quiz portal that we are planning to use for you to, take the quiz towards the end. So it's called as, this is the URL for that. Even during the end of the session also, we'll be showing you the URL so that you can sign up for it. But if you want to take a moment now and quickly sign up for this, this is the URL. It's quiz.confab.com. You need to sign in and make sure that you already have an account if you don't already have one. And then we'll be sharing you the unique code to attend the quiz. Yeah. And the quiz timings will be from 7:15 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. IST. So please make sure that you're following the time zone there. And then, so this is the goodies which I was talking about. So the first prize is a Lenovo tab. So if at all you get to become the first prize winner in the quiz, you get to win a Lenovo tab. Then we also have the Echo Show, which is the second gen. Then you also have the boat place. I wouldn't really want to miss winning any of these goodies. So I don't think any of you should be missing it. So please make sure that you spend some time and pay attention to all the events. We are not really going to ask some huge, demo related or code related questions. That's not what this quiz is all about. It's all to make sure that we are having fun and we are testing that you have paid enough attention to all the sessions. So yeah, so these are some good goodies that you can win. And finally, I want to take a moment to thank all the sponsors and our promotional partners, because at the end, we as organizers can just come up with an idea, but without sponsors, it's simply not possible to have an event of this scale. So at this very moment, I want to thank Microsoft, Assisto 365, Pantera Technologies, Rapid Circle, and also Viva Exporters, who are our promotional partners. So with that, I think we are all set. And all I can say is good luck and have fun learning. With that, let me turn it on to Richard. So Richard, over to you. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, excited to be here, everyone. And I'm just going to quickly